Today I'm going to be sharing with you the top songs of the year 1981 that I love. This year was super duper jam-packed, so it was very difficult to narrow it down to just 15 songs. I picked these out of my record collection, so please let me know if you own these as well. So in no particular order, we are going back to the month of September in 1981 when Hall & Oates released their album Private Eyes. And on this album, they actually had a couple of singles on here, but today we're going to be talking about I Can't Go For That, No Can Do. This song is definitely one of my top favorite Hall & Oates tracks. It's just so good. Whenever I listen to it, it literally puts me in a trance from that melody. It's super duper infectious and groovy. You can recognize it just by the opening of the song. Daryl Hall has such a smooth and silky voice, so it matches perfectly on this track. My favorite part is definitely the chorus when it starts going in with the ahs, a whole bunch of different ahs, and it just adds way more to the sound. It makes it sound sort of like heavenly. And even though the chorus is very repetitive, you know, it's always saying I can't go for that, no can do, I like that it has like different vocal tones when they're saying it to keep it interesting. So like he'll sing the I can't go for that, but the no can do is very like to the point, straight to the point. It gives it a lot of contrast and just makes the song so interesting. This song is so good. I love it so much. Next, in the month of October, the band Tom Tom Club released their debut album. It looks so cool. I love the album artwork. This one's actually a really cool pressing that's like mixed yellow and red, like a sunburst looking thing. If you aren't familiar with the band, it's actually two Talking Heads members who formed this band, Tina and Chris. They formed Tom Tom Club, and in this album they released the major hit single Genius of Love. I think that song is one of the greatest songs of all time, so that's why I'm sharing it today. That song is instantly recognizable. The whole melody is super funky and it's built by a whole bunch of like different instruments coming together. My favorite would definitely have to be like the keyboard synth part. I love that. It sounds so good to me, as well as like the super funky bass line. I really love that the vocals are very high and like light. It's very interesting with like the melody of the song, and then it contrasts with like the other vocals that are provided by the drummer Chris. He like does like a whole bunch of different ad-libs like screaming James Brown. But this song will definitely get you up and moving. It literally has my favorites line, which is who needs to think when your feet just go. And then I really love that it shouts out a whole bunch of different black artists throughout the song. But this song will always be a classic, and you can see that because it's been sampled so many times, because it's just so good. Next, we're gonna keep on with the funk, and in November the band Earth, Wind and Fire released their album Raise. On this album they had the song Let's Groove. Since this is Earth, Wind and Fire, you can expect a whole lot of funk and disco and just something that makes you want to dance. It's literally called Let's Groove. I think like in this album they started adding like synths because it's the 80s now. So I really love the synths of the song as well as the fantastic smooth vocals. There's a part in the song that has like a little sound bit that if you're not paying attention you probably don't or like realize it's there, but in the lyrics it says like glide like a 747, like a plane, and then it has like a random like plane noise. Well, it's not random because it perfectly is seamless in the song that you probably can't tell if you're not paying attention to it, but I really love that little detail. And definitely my favorite part of the song is like when the falsetto singing comes on, like for the chorus, the let us groove. That part, I can never not sing along to that. Just a fun song to listen to. Next, for a synth pop classic that released in October, and that is when the Human League released their album Dare. I love a lot of songs on this album, but of course this one has the song Don't You Want Me. When this song starts playing, I think anybody could immediately recognize what it is. My favorite part would definitely have to be the chorus. Well, like the part leading up to the chorus, like when he says, "You better make it faster, we will both be sorry." And then it goes into the chorus. That's my favorite part. And then it has like a little synth beat in the chorus that I really love. And whenever I listen to the chorus, it just immediately makes me think of the 80s. It just sounds like the most 80s thing ever. And since I love the 80s, I'm showing you my I love the 80s cassette light up sign. It looks so freaking cool. So if you love the 80s as well, please make sure to check it out in my description or in my website geraldine.hifi.com if you are interested in your own. It changes color. It's so cool. But continuing with the song is very dramatic, and I feel like the male and female voice do such a good job at portraying the emotions that the lyrics are talking about, and it just makes it a perfect song. Next, we're keeping up with the synth pop and new wave with an album that was released in November, and that is Tainted Love's album Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret, but I do not actually own that. Well, I actually have it on cassette tape, but I don't have it on vinyl, so here I have the single of it. Well, this is the single of Tainted Love plus the addition of Where Did Our Love Go, which is like an extended version, but today we're just going to be talking about Tainted Love, another super iconic synth pop track. If you did not know, this is a cover of a Gloria Jones song from the 1960s, and I feel like Mark Almond, like the singer of Soft Cell, he does such a good job at singing this song. So it might be one of those instances where the cover might be better than the original. That's only what I think. You might think differently. He does such a good job at executing this song. Like the way he sings, like the attitude really evokes the emotions of this, what the song is talking about, like a tainted love, and you're like upset about it. This one also has a very iconic synth. While the previous song was much more like, the synth was much more like brighter, it's much more darker in this song, but this is definitely an 80s staple overall. Next, we're moving away from a bit of the new wave to like a rock, sort of rock album, and that is when Stevie Nicks released her album Belladonna in July. Today I'm going to be talking about the iconic track Edge of 17. I feel like if you think of Stevie Nicks, you either think about her Fleetwood Mac songs or this song, because it's just so good, and it's just so good. This is her debut solo album. She looks so beautiful on the cover. I feel like every single song that I've shared and will be sharing, you'll see the next songs I share, have super iconic openings that you could immediately recognize the song super quickly, and then this one has that too, like the guitar riff in the beginning, very recognizable, and this guitar riff plays throughout the whole song. Stevie has such a strong and powerful voice, and it matches the instrumentation of this song, and it really evokes the emotion when she's singing. It just really makes her voice shine. I love her singing in the song, but if I was to pinpoint one thing that I love, is all the oohs. I mean, like the dove sound. I love that. And then towards the end, she like does a long ooh. But this is a fantastic track. Now we're going back to a little bit of that funk in April when Rick James released his album Street Songs. This one has two major hits, but today we're going to be talking about the iconic song that is Super Freak. The bass line of this song, instantly recognizable. I think my favorite part of this song is that it just does a very good job at showcasing Rick James's personality. It really shines through, just like the way he's singing. This song has a lot of very playful lyrics, and he does a very good job at delivering those lyrics. It's not very toned down, but it's not also over the top. It just perfectly fits the vibe, but that bass line and the chorus is so funky, and you can't help but sing along to it. This song is just a super fun listen, and it always reminds me of the movie Little Miss Sunshine, when like the girl is performing the song at the end. I love that movie so much, and I love this song. Next, back to the new wave with Men at Work. This is their album Business as Usual. This one was released in Australia in November of 1981, but it was actually released in April of 1982 in the US, but the song is so iconic that it has to be here. This song had two hits, but today I'm going to be talking about the track Down Under, and that song is probably one of the most Australian songs ever. Like somebody living outside of Australia, if I was to think of a song from there, this is definitely the first song that I'm thinking of. I don't know if that's the same if you're in Australia, if you think that, so let me know in the comments if that's the case. So Men at Work is mostly a new wave band, but they implement a lot of like reggae sounds in their music, and you can definitely see it on this track. I love every single thing about this song. The instrumentation is so interesting. There's just so many different noises like drums, and my favorite would have to be the little flute that they have. This song is sung pretty laid back, so it gives it a very like chill vibes to the song. The lyrics are so iconic that I think anybody could really sing along to this. Just the mix of the voice, the instrument, the lyrics just make it a perfect song to listen to. It's just so catchy. Next, we're keeping up with like that reggae inspired sound with The Police. In October, they released their album Ghost in the Machine. This is actually my favorite album of theirs. Today I'm going to be talking about the track Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. So like I mentioned, this is like a fusion of reggae and like pop. This song is very piano heavy. Like when the song starts, that's like what is in the forefront with Sting's vocals. The beginning is very like soft and not too much, so I feel like Sting's voice is so interesting that it keeps you hooked. My favorite part of the song will definitely have to be the build up into the chorus. I love how he holds on to that last word, and when he does that, all the instruments come building up into the chorus. That's super energetic. Like before, it feels like you're just like sitting and listening to this song, and then when the chorus comes in, you have to like get up and move. The chorus is just very fun. My favorite part is definitely the drumming. I always love the drumming in any of the songs. It's just always very interesting, and it just always sounds so clean. I love that. Next, in October, Billy Idol released his EP called Don't Stop. This is like his first solo stuff. Today I'm going to be talking about the song Dancing With Myself. I think that song was actually released the year before with his band Gen X, but then this one was maybe shortened for it to be on his solo stuff. This song starts with a super iconic guitar riff. You can immediately tell this is a Billy Idol song when he just starts singing. His charisma always shines in his song and make them super captivating. I think that's why I really enjoy his songs. It's because of him. This song is definitely one of his more danceable songs. It literally makes you want to get up and dance. So I think that it's appropriate. This song is about dancing with yourself. But the song is super catchy and I always have to sing along to it. It's just a super fun listen. Next, in November, I feel like a lot of these songs were released in November, but I have Joan Jett and the Blackhearts album I Love Rock and Roll. Today we're going to be talking about the title track, I Love Rock and Roll. I actually did not know that this song was a cover. I just assumed it was hers because it just fits her vibe perfectly. And I actually listened to the original track. I think it's by The Arrows, and I definitely prefer her version. So it might be another one of those, the cover is better than the original. The song is like very rock and roll. It feels very anthem like it's something that you should sing along to. And I think like there's like a lot of clapping in this song, so it adds to it, to like a whole bunch of people chanting to this song. This one has a lot of interesting guitar riffs and licks that make it a very enjoyable listen. Joan Jett has some super fierce vocals and it just adds to the song. She sings very confident and like she owns the room when she's singing this. So I really love singing along to it. It sort of makes you feel kind of bold and confident when listening to this song. Next, for I think is one of the most iconic songs ever, and that is when in July Journey released their album Escape. This song actually has 3 big singles on here, but of course today I'm going to be talking about the song Don't Stop Believing. I think that song is a song that just everyone on this planet knows. It's played everywhere, and I think it's a song that if you were to play it in a room full of people, everybody will sing along to. I think the best part of the song will definitely have to be Steve Perry's voice. He has an insane voice. It sort of feels like the voice is the main element of this song and just the instruments are there to like back it up because it's just so crazy good and so powerful. He definitely has like one of those voices where people will just like stop and drop what they're doing, just hear and see him in like awe. But yeah, this is an iconic song, so of course it had to be here today. Now we are going back to the synths. In September, Depeche Mode released their album Speak and Spell, which I unfortunately do not own. Hopefully I'll have a copy of that soon. But I have the compilation album of Catching Up with Depeche Mode. This one has a whole bunch of like their early singles put together. The album Speak and Spell had 3 big hits, and those 3 big hits are on this. But today we're talking about Just Can't Get Enough. Unlike the other synth songs that I mentioned in this video, this one's like the super brightest one and like the most poppiest one. The synths aren't super crazy on this song. They're very minimalist, but like just the right amount. This song is extremely catchy, very cheerful and danceable. Like, I literally just can't get enough of it. This is early Depeche Mode, so they definitely sound much younger. Dave's vocals are much more youthful in this song because he's way younger, and I think that matches the vibe perfectly. I really love how cute the lyrics are about falling in love. Next, for another debut album in June, this is Duran Duran's self-titled album. This one had, I think, 2 hits or 3. Of course, there's the huge hit Girls on Film, but I'm actually going to talk about their first single ever, and that is Planet Earth, because that is my favorite Duran Duran song, so I had to pick that one. I am super obsessed with everything about this song. It's called Planet Earth, so you can expect a very like space themed song. So it's a lot of synth, so like the synth intro sounds like very outer space. I love the melody so much. It's like a mix of keyboards, guitar, and a super funky bass line. You can always expect a funky bass line on a Duran Duran song. Somehow, like, this mix of instruments make for a really cool futuristic sound, and it matches this song perfectly. I feel like when you play this song, you can instantly tell that this is new wave, and the way it's sung in a very new wave way. But yeah, I really love this song. It's just so catchy. And now to our last song, and this is actually one of my favorite songs of all time. So once again, in November, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark released their album Architecture and Morality. And today we're going to be talking about the shimmering synth pop masterpiece that is Souvenir. I love everything about this song. This song is extremely dreamy. It has a lot of like layered atmospheric sounds with like synth rhythms over it. Just makes me want to close my eyes and enjoy how beautiful it sounds. It has a lot of very soft, delicate vocals that go with this very soft sound in the song. Every single time I listen to the song, I'm just in awe of how something so beautiful could be created. I just love this song so much. If you've never heard it, I definitely recommend. It's just one of the best songs ever. So those are my top songs for the year of 1982. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this year had so many tracks, so it was impossible to fit all of them here in a singular video. I'm definitely missing a whole bunch, so please let me know down in the comments what your favorite songs from 1981 were. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, and if you would like to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching!